Okay. All right. You lay it down. Well, Bargani.
Ujima.
Bargani.
Ujima.
Well, this is understanding. This sign here, left over from when we were at Talbot Hall. This is from Talbot Hall. Come on and come up in there. Right here. I forgot what year that was. Say good morning. Okay. And the principals, each of the days that we were there, each principal had his own sign and let everybody know what day we were doing stuff. So that was today is Ujima, and it even showed you here on how to pronounce it. Yesterday was Kuji Chagalia. We didn't stress as much as to was define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. We didn't stress that as much as it is on that because the era in which we came from, everybody was defining us instead of ourselves. There was a whole bunch of names out there that was used for us instead of us having our own names, naming ourselves. And so during that time of the 60s, and even before the 60s, we did begin to name ourselves. For instance, jumping the broom in a wedding ceremony was happened way before the 60s. But that was a form of us defining who we were, naming ourselves, and things of that way. And in order to do that, we would have to have had a collective work and responsibility. So for today, just put it over here by the yellow coat there. Collective work and responsibility is kind of like you almost don't see it. But to get started with that, what we have you guys like that one, collective work and responsibility. See, watch the time. Okay, Gina, it would be the green one right there. No, no, the green. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay. Let's see if Clay's gonna make it over there with you in a minute. Here he comes. Okay, now hold it together. That'll demonstrate with both hands and off on the black candle. And you say, we light this candle in the name of Ujima.
We light this candle in the name of Ujima.
And say it in English, British, it's collective work and responsibility.
Collective work and responsibility.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Thank you. Now that we've done that, normally the libation would take place and the calling of the ancestors, singing of the song, and lift every voice and sing and pieces of that nature. Our job here is to light in the morning and to get the understanding of what that principle is for the rest of the day. And then for the rest of the day, there will be other events. What I understand Last night was an event over at the King Arts Complex where they was the Tawee Family Village with Elder Phillips, Elder Lona. I don't know if Brother Greg made it, but I know there was definitely Lumala was there. We had a couple of other, I'll think of their names in a minute, because I know Sister Eunice was there, and but my buddy from, I always see him over at the VA, Renee, he was there, and some others were there too, and I think they, did that program in the evening. It wasn't like it was in the past, because normally all nights were at the, if I'm not mistaken, were all nights done at the King Arts Complex?
At one point in time,
At
yes.
one point, yeah. So everybody knew to come there, to come there, to come there. And this time of the year, you have other things that are going on, that are present. And so, but the first night was the opening night, which showed Umoja. And one of the things about Umoja is is the unity, and we had talked about that. Then we had talked about self determination, to name ourselves for ourselves, and yeah, here you can come on, bring your chair over in here. Let me move over. Yeah, yeah. But here, bring that other chair. So yeah, there you go. All right. So this collective work and responsibility is a kind of like uh, what does that look like? Y'all look like y'all got smiley faces. You're happy to be here, right? Okay, but this is like that's the eldest ancestors chair there. Yeah, you can bring that over here. Yeah, if you want. You can move the ancestor chair to your right, to your left. Yeah, don't throw it in the bag though. Yeah, there you go, and you can sit right in there. And normally what we would do is put that chair there, right, and then you would sit in the middle and have the chair would sit, on both sides of you. Okay, there you go. So you sit there. Okay, it won't be that long. Oh, that's the guy sit. You know. Oh, wait, that's okay. All right, let's get this puppy on the road. Um, collective work and responsibility. That's what you guys have been doing here with the electronic stuff. Learning that with the electronic stuff. But as we have read this over here yesterday, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and do for ourselves, that basically was the grounding understanding for self-determination. And we also said that the self was the group, okay? Because not only you are doing it for yourself, you're doing it with the group. Now, who wants to read the one for collective work and responsibility? Oh, you okay? Go ahead. I can give you that little paper.
Cooperative economics to build a maintain.
No, collective work and responsibility in the green.
Collective work and responsibility. Yeah. To build and maintain.
Hold on, if you put the sign up in front of you, they won't be able to see your face.
To build and maintain our community together, and to make our brothers and sisters problems our problems, and to solve them together.
Okay, all right. Clay, what did she say? What did that say?
Collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and to make our brothers and sisters problems our problems and solve them together.
And so, what did you get out of that? But don't everybody speak at once. So, what did you get out of that? Collective work and responsibility. What community are they talking about? Or are we talking about? What is our community? What does our community look like? And it's not just on y'all, because I'm asking everybody. We first have to know what our community, where does our community start? It starts in the home, in the family. So when you get a bunch of different families, then that makes up, a community. But guess what? You would have to have ownership of the land that you're on. How do you feed yourself? How do you shelter yourself? How do you clothe? All of these things come into, community. Do we have that? That's a deep thought, isn't it? Do we have a black or African centered community? What do you think? Well, because remember, the one above that one was to define ourselves, name ourselves, do for ourselves. That's the self-determination. And then the next one was the community. Did we do that? And then did that become a community? What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Now, here's a really interesting question, and this is not putting y'all on the spot. Any answer you give is fine. So just blurt out your answer. It can't be, it's fine. Okay. Um, who defined our community as a hip hop community? Is there such a thing as a hip hop community? Huh? Yeah. Is there such a thing as the jazz community? Huh? Is there such a thing as what other communities can you think about that for our folks? Well, here's one that gets me all the time. I'm a member of the most derogatory community there is. Can you tell me what you think that is? That it really hurts me all the time. Just a community that. Can you tell me what you think that is? My community that I'm like, oh God, huh? I can't hear it. What'd she say?
She said Gianni.
No, I said derogatory. I hate it when people call me this. I hate it. I get real upset.
Elder?
No, not that. That's a good one though. That's a good one. That's a good. That would be one that you don't want to be, right? No, this is a community that all growing up, all my life. Huh? Oh, that minor stuff. I was born in Harlem, so we didn't have we had no problem with that. That wasn't the problem. Nope, not that word, not the Negro, the other word, or whatever. Not that. Huh? What is it? Huh? Short. That's exactly what it is. Because for growing up, see, you don't have a reference point for that. Stand up. Stand up. Look. See, sit down. You don't even have a reference. Don't be stretching. Sit down. See, you don't have that's why that never entered your mind. So when I was growing up, whenever they were picking teams, was I the first one to be picked? No. I was always the last one to be picked. There was two of them because the community I belonged to was short, and I also wore glasses. So back then they would call the four eyes. I don't know what y'all call people that wear glasses nowadays, but a lot of y'all be having contact. So the community that you belong to, sometimes folks label you for a community, but that's not the community you want to belong to. You want to belong to different community. And folks be going, no, you in the community. So what we're talking about with Kwanzaa is the community that we all agree that that's our community, that we agree that we want to belong to that community. And the one thing that we're looking at from that is an African-centered understanding. In other words, if other cultures are okay with belonging to their land. Because if I'm Irish, what land is that? It's Ireland, right? If I'm Italian, I'm from Italy. If I'm Chinese, I'm from China. But remember, we never had a name attached to the land. That's why during the self-determination, we were defining a land base. We were saying we're African centered. Even though some of the terms like black meant the land, but that's not what it meant in the culture. In the culture, it meant something different. Okay? So the community that we were talking about is the Afrocentric community. Now, not everybody, I don't think everybody is talking about that. Some people, when they say the community, they could be talking about their church community.
Right.
Some people, when they're talking about community, they can talk about their community that they work with. Some people could be talking about. So it's real important that we get an understanding of doing practicing the Nguzo Saba, the seven principles, and all of that that was brought to us by the US organization and the Kawaida, okay, which is a document, a principle that the US organization lives by. And we know that Kwanzaa came out of the Kawaida. That's their community. And the folks who practice that, they have no doubt at all what their community is. That is their community. Now, what you said a few minutes ago, dear, was absolutely correct. The folks who have in Jame community, is that their community? And they have to, like say, protect and be proud of that community. And then the collective work and responsibility comes in when your community, my community, and other communities get together and do something together and like celebrate the work that we've done in moving forward with whatever our community done. Now, is your community in Jame community? She's looking at me like I'm like, yeah. Brother Cleve, is your community in Jame community? Yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay. That's one of your communities.
Yeah.
What would another community that you belong to be?
Warriors Initiative.
Okay. All right. That's not the same community? So it's a different
No,
community.
they're different, but they're similar.
Okay.
They
All
started
right.
out the same thing. They split off from each other.
Okay. So, do you play volleyball? Okay. Huh? Do you? What's this? What's that? Do you play volleyball? Huh? And you can't tell him. Okay. Now, is that a community? Your team. Is your team considered a community? And all the other teams that play volleyball, are they considered a community? Okay. What community do you think you belong to? Oh, she's thinking real hard about it. So, do all of us belong to an Afrocentric community? What would you say? Yeah, what would you say? Oh, I got a laugh out there at least. What would you say? Yeah, okay. Now, I would say yes, I belong to it. And the question is, how do you know you belong to an Afrocentric community? How do you know? How do you know you belong to a community? What? How do you know about that? And according to this here, it says collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together. How are we building and maintaining an African-centered community? You already said what you thought that was, what that was, and y'all did that. Are y'all planning on doing something for during the holiday? Yeah. Aren't you doing something during Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is the school that you go to, is that considered a community? Mm-hmm. Question. Your family, your core family, in one sense, is there a difference between community and family? Because in order to, what I'm saying, and explain it, to me, we take a look at it. In order to have a community, what I'm saying is you have to start with the family. And the family has to have its identity. And its identity, comes from the parents and the children and everybody working together. And then once that family looks at other families that are doing the same thing they're doing, then they all get together, and they start building to represent the same thing, and that becomes a community. We have to look at that word. Now, this language that we're speaking is not um, our original language, but it's the language we use now. So we're adjusting to that, right? What song, what song, okay, excuse me, what song would the African Senate, well, let's use the old term, the Negro or colored. What song represented the Negro community? Where the song was basically done because one of our leaders said that all groups had a song that represented them, but somebody said that, but the colored folks or the Negro never had a song that represented them. So, what song do we sing during that time when we all come together that represents that? Good.
Black National.
Whoa! See there? I didn't even have to give you a hint. And you got and notice that it's changed its name. We changed it according to defining ourselves, which was Kuji Chagalia, because originally it wasn't called the Black National Anthem. It was called something else. Okay, it was called okay. And how does it go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. On 4, y'all supposed to at least start it. Ready? Come on, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lift every voice
And sing
till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty.
Okay, stop right there. Now, ring with the harmony of lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. You're talking about the balance there. That's African sentiment, but you're looking for balance. And the harmony. Harmony means that what you're doing and what I'm doing with our voice, they connect because we're making them connect. That would mean that her voice, your voice, and her voice, and my voice, they would all come together. Now, sometimes we don't practice that, so you have somebody singing like, and you have somebody else singing. But does that matter? No. In a sense, that doesn't matter because we're looking for it. So that's one of the songs. Now, during my era, growing up, okay, or let's say let's do right now. Is there a Kwanzaa song that you would put on and everybody would know, yeah, we're in that kind of community right now. Y'all remember that one? Because come, I don't know if I can find it on my phone, but come together now. Remember that one?
I don't remember.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Somebody throw me a lifeline here and help me out here.
We are family?
I gotta find that song. It's called the Kwanzaa song. And we way back when, we talking way back when now. Some of y'all probably weren't even born then. No, that's right, y'all couldn't have been. Because back in the 60s, 70s, the folks started coming together and singing songs. There was all kinds of Kwanzaa songs out. In fact, you just did one the other day with Yende that he pulled together a couple of years ago called Doing the Principles, right? So down at the Afrocentric School when it was downtown, we used to do that song. So what other song or something comes to mind that when you hear it, you know it's a collective work? Let me ask you this here question: if you're doing sports, is there a song that in the Black community or the Afrocentric community, where when you hear that song, you know you're doing sports. You know you're getting ready to start. You know, well, what school you go to? The high school you go to. Okay, y'all have a high school song? Oh, that's thinking hard on that one. Wait a minute.
No, you got to remember, his whole high school career was interfered with COVID. So, So he only was literally in high school for freshman year, and at the end of the freshman year, almost at the end, they took him out.
But does the high school or does the school have a song? Does Millennium School have a song?
No.
What?
No.
Okay. Does the Afrocentric School have a song?
Yes.
And that was as I walk through the door, I know that I have arrived. So what I'm getting at here, even if the school doesn't recognize it as a song, I bet you and you recognize that when you go there, there's a song that represents the group. Now here's a question: does Ujima have a song? Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a song that they have? There's something that they do. There's something that they do that lets you know it's them and they're doing it right then. Watch this. Two black, two wrong. See, right away. You know what? That's them, right? And that collective work and that responsibility come right because that responsibility to say too strong. And then when I say, what time is it?
Nation time.
Right. See, so what I'm saying is one of our understandings is that there are things that let us know that we are doing collective work and responsibility. Now, at her age, she got different things. Now, let me tell you what I think has happened. You see this thing here?
Mm-hmm.
This has come along and has separated us. So instead of us seeing ourselves together in the room like we are right now, we see ourselves being like pulled apart. Because what happens is I'm on mine, where's yours?
I don't got mine right now.
You don't got yours right now, but you got one.
Yeah.
She has one. I don't know if you have one or not. But we all are on this. And so we're talking
This one is clear.
to this, so
That one
is this the item right now that would show us that we have collective work and responsibility? That's the challenge for your generation. Because we had to talk to each other, my generation. And because we didn't have the folks right now that are like on this network right now, they don't have to be here because they can be on that. Is that something that we have to embrace as part now of collective work and responsibility?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
We got to embrace that because some of us are going to be in the room and some of us are not. And it's easier to say, okay, well, I'll just turn on the thing and I don't have to go there right now and watch. I can take my. So, and then the interface, how can I get interaction with the folks that are online? Can I get interaction with them?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, well, let me hear you folks online clap 3 times. We can't go that far?
We could. We could.
But that depends on the technology you
Right.
have, right? Okay. So anyway, let's get back to this here. We'll finish up right now. Hold on, y'all up. If things are in different places, can it still be doing the same thing? Like if you're at home, they're at home, we're here, and somebody over there, can we still be doing collective work and responsibility?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we got to work on and how that looks. Okay. All right. Now, any questions about any of these? Umoja, Kuji, Chagalia, and Ujima. Any questions? Y'all look so excited.
Let me go. Yeah, I told my kids wrong. It's actually Ujima.
Ujima?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ujima. That's what we said.
Oh,
They
I'm
said
sorry.
Ujima.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you correct?
I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm always the principal ahead. Plus,
Yeah.
I'm just
Right.
Ujima.
So you was trying to get to the money first.
No, I was setting up the stream for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Yeah, they was on it.
right.
One of their jobs is and another way of saying that is to bring balance to what the other person is saying. in the British or Northern term is I'm correcting you, but in the African centered way of looking at it, you're bringing balance to it. It's like you. I don't understand why you said that. In other words, I'm saying Ujima. You're like, well, wait a minute, no, it's what? Right. So you say, so you're bringing me back to the balance. In other words, but in our collective work and responsibility of competition, somebody always has to be right as compared to somebody has to be wrong. And so what I'm trying to say is in that atmosphere, it's always a one-up thing and not bringing balance to the situation. Okay. But anyway, I appreciate y'all talking about that today. So yeah, that's my phone. What did we? What did we get an understanding of today of collective work and responsibility? First of all, your own age group decides what that collective work is. That's my opinion. Decides what that collective work and responsibility is for your age group. Is your collective work and responsibility the same as mine? Yours? Would you? Okay. So will we agree on that? Do we have an agreement there? Now, if we're a family, now there's a different piece going on. We all now have to share the same understanding. And that would mean that the collective work and responsibility has to be shared in the family. So this group that's been coming here in the morning, early in the morning at sunrise, bringing the light of Kwanzaa up in the morning with all the problems that rose up and all these kind of things. Did we share that? Did we share that? Okay. Did we share that? We can't see you because your mouth is behind your knees. Did we share that? Okay. What did each of us have a responsibility? Yes. What was that responsibility to? To come here. Okay. Now here's the big question. In America, and you remember y'all supposed to say which America? North America. Everything is according to time. Were we on time as according to the way our family here was getting the work done? Yes, we were on time. Now, it wasn't the rigid time like bam, bam, bam. No, because we were we were so many variables that came in like that caused us to change. But are we getting better? Yes. We're getting better. Okay, all right. So this group and the folks who are tuning in, are they a part of this family meeting in the morning? Yes, they are. So they are too, right? So I would suggest, because this collective work and responsibility, I would suggest we have to take a look at what would represent us as a song. So, and a symbol, the morning, lighting, and coming forth with the word for that day. For those of us who are here, those of us who are on the air and what would we say would be a symbol that represents us in a sound? We don't have to say it now, but tomorrow, because we'll talk about what's tomorrow. Ujima. Right, and that's what cooperative economics. Right, and economics is how you. We'll talk about that, but are symbols that represent what you do important? Gee, are symbols what you do important? Like this symbol you have on here. Now, for instance, if we were to say that this morning group, that what is our responsibility in the morning or for the 7 days of Kwanzaa that actually started when? December the 21st, when we did what?
Set it all up.
Huh?
Set it all up.
But what did we actually do?
Oh, we lit the fire.
Huh?
We lit the fire, didn't we?
Okay. And that, what did we call that? What did we call that?
Fire lighting.
No, we lit the fire.
Hmm? What did we call that?
The fire lighting ceremony.
Yeah, but it was, and we named it
Lighting.
after the fire. It represented the work that we had done all year. It was just like the fruit, because the fruit is not just fruit. The fruit represents the work you've done. If you see no fruit up there, that means you haven't done any work. So the fruit represents the harvest. In other words, Kwanzaa is the harvest of the work that you've done the rest of the year. And at the end of that year, that harvest is the work that you've done. And you present that with the fruit. Excuse me. It's called the fruit, right? The fruit harvest. And the name is a big name. So if you did no work, or if you did work and something happened to the crops, your fruit would be different, right? That doesn't show that you didn't do no work, but it would be different. Now, let me hold that pomegranate there. Now, this here is the pomegranate. And this fruit is different than the rest of the fruit. But it's the same because we're saying it represents something. The thing that we're saying it represents, this particular fruit, just like the rest of them, have seeds in it. But hand me the orange over there. Okay. All right. And hand me an apple. Now, the apple and the orange have seeds in them too, but nowadays they produce some of this stuff without seeds. We're not getting into that. But this pomegranate, when you peel this back, this puppy has a tremendous amount of seeds. So this one, if I've had it if I'm producing it, stuff like that, I'm saying it represents a lot of potential that we're doing. Okay? So you put that back. Thanks. And you can put them back. So what symbol, and remember what we did when we pulled this together, we cut some, what was that word that we used? We said you had to have fuel. You had to have fuel in order to have a fire. You have to have fuel in order for you to live. And what we say was the common fuel was our water. That's why we used that. So the light represented us doing things together. And bringing that light up with the flame, and then that flame, moved on and to the light, and we transferred that light to. Hand me the lantern there. We transferred that fire by what we call, you okay? We smudged it and transferred that light to this light, and then what we did, we used oil. Before we did any of that, to cleanse all of this and name it. So when we name this, what principle were we doing? Coochie Chuggalia. Because we were defining it and naming it. I know this is a long talk, but let me let y'all go here. So here, put this back. So we did that. Now, what do we do with that light that I just gave you? Do I carry that all the time?
No.
Yeah, I do. I carry that one. Yeah. There's a stationary one that's actually fire back at the house, remember? Now, hand me that little small black one here. Did the same, now I forgot who this one is.
That's one's mine.
What she just said
She
was.
lost hers.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
no,
did?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
No, she didn't. Okay. She said she know you did, or she gave you that look. Now, here's the question. According to what we said, And the way we define this, is this light on or off?
On.
Can't hear you.
On.
Okay. And we said the reason why we know it's on is because there's things that you can see that's visible and things that you can't see that are not visible, but they still are working. And we use the sun for that, that during the time when we can see the sun, it's still shining somewhere else and we can't see it. So how do we want to see this? What we said is when we pull it up, we can see that it's on. Now, of course, somebody else may have a different opinion. Okay, here we go. So, the collective work and responsibility. The collective work. How will we define this group here? What will we give ourselves a name and symbol of? And knowing that we came together, the in gathering with Umoja, was coming together, the unity, right? Then we Kujichagulia, we defined ourselves, we named ourselves, and we're building stuff for ourselves. Now our collective work and responsibility, I'm saying is, hey, let's look at a symbol that represents what we did. What would that be? And so, tomorrow we can get some answers for that. We can move on through to what's that one, the creativity and others and faith. So we don't have to answer that within the next couple of days. We got a couple more. We got the rest of the what? Huh? Oh, I would say the rest of the year, because it's almost like this is something that we're planting and something that we're building on. Because remember, we don't have to be pressured by time all the time in order to get an answer. Okay, but we are taking a look at, yeah, if we want to come up with something by January the 1st, which is Imani, which is sure we can, we can do that. The question is, how do we get the folks there to interact with us? We got to think about that. How do we get them to? Can they write in? Do they text in? How do they get that information in?
They can comment, can't they?
Oh, okay. They can make comments?
Oh, man.
Yeah, they comment.
Oh, okay. So we can open that up tomorrow for comments. And one of the real interesting things that we would have to talk about tomorrow, which we can talk about all the time, is what is the cost? What is economics? What is cooperative economics? What does that mean? So we'll think about it because we have to define it. Remember, we're defining what it is we're doing. Okay? So the last word for today, do you have anything here you want to say? Okay. Well, I really appreciate y'all doing this with me. My hip is getting much better. Like I said, we were at the Lincoln Theater um, Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. I have a kind of thing going on with Lincoln because he's the one with the Emancipation Proclamation document. So I got a problem going with that. But y'all have to ask me about that during the month of February. So that we can see it, or we can ask me that during this time because I think that that's under the self determination because they're defining us rather than us defining ourselves under that document. You know, long before somebody came along and said they were going to free us, we were freeing ourselves. So that's my but I could be off with that. So somebody else. The only way you get out of things is to discuss it with others. Okay. So the Lincoln Theater was on Monday, and I think it was what was it, Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday. Lincoln was Tuesday, right? Right, Tuesday. And then the King Arts Complex, which was Martin Luther King, was yesterday, and they had a setup over there, and they still will be over there tomorrow, today. And then, if I'm not mistaken, there's other events, that's happening. But anyway, final word. Who has everyone have to say? We've got one word to sum up today. What would that be for you, Gene? Okay, that's a good word. I don't know, right? Is that what you said? Oh, you did? Okay. What one word would it be then?
Collective work and responsibility.
Oh, okay. Okay. We can have the same word. What would yours be?
A collection, a collective.
Okay. What would yours be?
Unity.
Oh, okay. Okay. And mine would be the light. Because remember, one of the things we were talking about is the light of Kwanzaa. What is the light of Kwanzaa? Just right up the top of your head.
A ritual.
The light.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
All of us.
Huh?
The light inside of you.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So I think we just answered what this group is. That's been me. Were we responsible for the light?
Yes, we were.
Okay. And what symbol will we have of the light? We got more than one symbol, right? We had the lantern, we have a candle, we have the other lanterns, we have the lanterns with the fire in it. I mean, we have all these symbols of light. Is the sun a symbol of the light?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is an idea coming out of somebody's head? Is that a symbol of the light?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So what other symbols of the light? The heart. Is that a symbol of the light?
Yes.
What Jesus, we're working on this one now. She's like going like, what? The heart? Yeah. So remember the heart and the mind, they work together. They come as a pair. Because when you feel real compassionate about somebody, that's the light. Okay? Yeah. So I appreciate this. So we kind of got an understanding of what we look like. Okay. What color would you say is um whatever I'll keep talking. So let's ask them for tomorrow to have something. If you're going to be tuned in tomorrow, we don't know how many is there. Um,
It was three.
what symbol? What you saying?
It was three.
Oh, okay.
But there'll be more people that come in and watch later.
Okay. Well, thanks very much. We're going to talk about the symbol. We are doing the lighting in the home first, so that you can go out in the community and do whatever lighting. There was a video. It once you on the television on the channel that showed the lighting um, with Umoja up here. Then they did Kujichagulia way out here, and then they did Ujima over here and Ujima, and I mean they did it like that. So I mean it was different. So part of the piece of defining ourselves, naming ourselves for ourselves, is already done started to like we have to take an example, take a look at who's defining who we are. And we're supposed to say, we know it's us. We have to define who we are. But then you have different us not doing that. Is that a collective work and responsibility? No. So can it look different? The hand, remember we had the hand up for this here, or the five fingers, do they all have a different function? I would say yes. Because the little pinky guy can't do what the so other fingers can do. The other fingers can, and the thumb definitely can. So they have a different function. What we're talking about is, like you said the other day, when we cup it like this, make it so we can hold water. Now they're working together. When they're spread apart like this, they might be working together, but working from their individual perspective. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you very much for today, and I think today is also at the King Arts Complex. I'm
Yes.
not mistaken. Is it also down at the public library?
They're supposed to be doing some type of reading or something. I don't have I ain't got the schedule in front of me.
Okay, there may be a poet, or not, or storyteller down at the public library. So anyway, thank you very much, and we'll say what we did last time to close. We did Harambe's, huh? Okay.
Harambe.
How many Harambe's? Who?
7.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's get on up.
What's wrong with you?
She's trying to get up. Who's counting us off here? You ready?
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 You count.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Oh, look at the.
You gotta spit.
No, you. She got up.
What's wrong, Sasha?
Sasha, what's wrong?
Go spit.
She gotta go to the restroom.
There's a trash can right there.
Come on, we're getting ready to do the Zaza. Come on, we're getting ready to do the Harambe.
Okay, so it's not gonna be long, is it? Well, I have to put this by the journal on the journal.
Okay, thank you. All right. Gonna wait for the Zaza. Who's calling us off? Okay, come on, Jesus. Ready? No, we're gonna pull down. Where you going? Come back here. Come on. Be like Sasha. Uh-oh, which way you want us to do this, Glenn? You running?
Pull it down.
Oh, with both hands?
Yeah.
Oh, look out now.
We're under the same astrological sign. That's why.
We really
like
need to know that. Okay.
Ready?
Ready. Start up here.
Harambe. Oh.
Ready?
Ready?
Harambe!
1.
Harambe!
2.
Harambe!
3.
Harambe!
4.
Harambe!
5.
Harambe!
6.
Harambe! When I say Harambe, you say together. Harambe!
Together.
Harambe!
Together.
Harambe!
Together.
There we go.
Okay.
I got, wait a minute, I got it.
I need a number out of your phone.
Oh.
So that one, I gotta try to get a ride for tomorrow.
Okay.
And she can tell me what company she's with.
Can I take my
call
phone?
Access again.
Hold
I
on.
think she's with another company. Okay?
Yes.
You're in my
I
seat.
can't believe.
Let me go up and get some.
You're in my seat.
Well, just a moment, because
How we